Hi guys, this is Nancy here and back with the process video for you, and this one is one of the first layouts I've made just to fill those gaps that are in my 2015 album. I did put a little video up just showing you kind of what I need to catch up on to finish that album, and I'm going to make myself not scrap any other photos until I've got this done. So I'm still using those stash of papers that I showed in that video, and so this background piece is by 7 Paper in the Goldie collection. And then this orangey kind of terracotta-y kind of piece of paper is from the Sunkissed collection. And I'm doing kind of a montage of photos here. And this is about London Comic Con that me and my boyfriend went to. It was a little bit of a disaster because, as you'll know, we got delayed coming back from Vegas from our holiday. And so we were supposed to be here a day earlier than we'd planned, but that's fine. We did get to go, and one of the highlights of going, and the reason we went, is because they had what is it called? Like a panel with the whole cast of Back to the Future. So it was like basically reuniting all the cast. So it was very, very cool. My boyfriend had also like booked to have some photos done with some of the cast members as well. So all I done here was have one of the pictures that he got, and also there's a picture of the panel we went and saw, which is basically all of the stars, and then I've just printed out the logo as well. So my plan is to do, I think, 3 layouts on this. This one is more just about London Comic Con and kind of like the craziness that it was, both getting there and while we were there. And then my other one's just going to be more about, you know, my boyfriend geeking out, basically. So what I've done is I've just simply mounted up, and I've got that space underneath, and then I've gone into that Finders collection, Amy Tan, Finders Keepers even collection, and I've just pulled out some of the colour part pieces, and then I'm using this frame paper from Maggie Holmes Shine. So it's a bit of a random mix, but I'm kind of just going with it. I just want to build my cluster. Below here, I'm going to just put a little bit of cluster at the top of that photo as well. This is going to be quite simple. I did want to leave a fair bit of space for journaling, I said, because I want to make sure I've got room to kind of capture all of the story, just about kind of lead up to it as well. So this piece of background paper was not something that really excited me when I saw it. I really struggle with this kind of like strong divided colours because I don't know, it doesn't really appeal to me, so I kind of forced myself to use this paper, mainly because it had the blue in, and I wanted to kind of pick up on the blue of the logo, so that's what drew me to it. That Woohoo, which was a colour part, it was a 4x4 square, I believe, or a 3x3, and I've just cut up the couple of bits of yellow behind my clusters, because that journaling card has the same yellow. Because all those frames were outlined, I decided that I needed to outline these yellow bits. It's not something I normally do, but I felt that it needed some outlining, so I am just outlining all those just to kind of pick up the frame theme. So now I'm just going to find some mist to add to the background, because I did find that blue solid bit a bit too plain, so I'm just going to be pulling out some mists, and I'm just going through a huge collection of mists here, because I was looking for my white. I don't use white too often, but this is a Dilutions white, which I do like. It worked well on this paper. Some papers it sinks in, but this one it did really sit on top and pop really well. And I'm also adding some black to pick up the black flecks on the other side, and I believe I add a little bit of turquoise as well. No, I'm adding some orange. There we go, I can't remember what I was doing. And because I know that the photo is going to take up a large amount of real estate on here, that's fine. I'm going to kind of work okay with that. Oh, and I did put a bit of that midnight blue on and get it everywhere. But the great thing about using this foam board is when it gets too messy, I'm just going to replace it. But my workspace is normally messy anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. So I'm just going to set that side to dry, and now I'm going to just mount it up on that background, because my thought was I maybe want some bits to go off the edge, so I thought I would mount it up straight away. so I would know what space I was playing with. And again, I add that journaling card right up to the photos, and as you can see, there was a little, what's it called, bicycle on the bottom, which of course had no relevance to the story whatsoever, but I could cover that up with that other photo. And I quite like using photos as kind of like embellishments, or an embellishment cluster. A while back, I don't know if you've watched my channel for a bit, you'll know that I kind of cut elements out of photos to use in layouts, and made myself into a fairy embellishment, which was great fun. So yeah, I do like sometimes using photos in my embellishment clusters. So this layout took me a little bit longer than normal. I think it took me about 50 minutes, which is a little bit longer than normal, but I was listening to some podcasts and stuff as well, so I'm going to let myself off on that. And mixing those collections did cause me a little bit of issue, but all in all, I think it worked well. On the bottom of that photo is just loads of people's heads, because it was manic. You had to buy tickets, of course, to get into the panel, and it was so disorganised, and how you got in, and it was absolutely crazy. But so it was only people's heads at the bottom, so I'm fine with covering them up a little bit. So I've just brought some mist over those top layers as well. And I wanted to add some bits and pieces, so I've decided to just put that little potty person there, because this was basically for my boyfriend, and it was about my boyfriend wanting to do it, so I thought I'd stick that on there, and it just fills that frame perfectly. And then I just added these wooden stars, just because Back to the Future stars, I don't know, it kind of, I thought it went okay with the theme, and the fact that we were seeing movie stars. It kind of worked. So I've just used my Cosmic Shimmer Glue to stick those down, and as I say, they just add a nice little bit of interest. I'm now just stamping the date down there in that bottom piece. We were there for 2 days, so I've just stamped that down. I'm now going through some embellishment bits that I've got beside me. So I've got some alphas, I've got some washi, I've got lots of tags and different things. So I'm just going through, seeing if any of those are going to work or not, and pulling out this, which is a Fancy Pants die cut pack. I bought this a while back, and I'm just going through and see if any of these kind of work in. It was kind of a random mix. I do like it. I've done another layout using some of the elements from it as well. So yes, it was just a cool little pack of. I would say they were kind of neutral-ish embellishments. I think there was this was the more girlish one of the packs, but the pink kind of works in, and then the reds kind of pick up on different things. So I think that kind of worked quite well. So I'm always up for buying embellishment packs, even if I don't have any of the other collection. I said I only have the embellishment pack of this collection, and that worked really well. And I really like that big happy font, because again, my boyfriend was so happy and geeking out. So yeah, I just thought it just kind of worked quite well. And then I put the little banner that says "We love this," and it worked perfectly over that frame. So I'm really happy how that looked. I'm now looking at thickers for my title, and I know there's a lot of dead space at the top of that top photo, because I said where we were sitting and how it was set out. So what I decided to do is going to place my title over the photo. It's not something I do a lot, but I thought with that dead space it would just be perfect. So I'm just going through and trying to find the right letters. I've kind of had a few thicker packs out, and I've kind of just been using them. So I need to kind of dig through my stash and find some other ones, because a lot of the layouts I've made recently are all using the same font. So I'm just using this black, which is to put Back to the Future, and then I'm just going to put Reunion with this other font, and again it picks up the black and white in the background as well, and I really like how that looks. And I'm just using my Cosmic Shimmer Glue and this little brush applicator to stick it down, and I love that. I absolutely love that brush applicator. It's a slightly runnier consistency of glue, but I absolutely love it. So I'm just sticking the date down here at the bottom, And again, it's just bringing that black and white down onto that blue. And that is it. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I really enjoyed this layout, and it's filled another hole within my album. So I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye!